I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. '18 BMW M240i
Coupe 6-speed manual.
6-speed manual. I thought these things didn't exist anymore.
They almost don't.
Horsepower and torque.
340 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque.
That is a lot for this size car.
It is.
It's so much that I feel like it's more power than I can handle shifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is a 3-liter inline 6 with a single twin scroll turbo. And did you know that this actually has more torque than the BMW M2? But
Wow.
the BMW M2 has an overboost function which brings it up to exactly the same torque.
Okay, but more importantly,
The manual.
this may be one of the last stick shifts we get to review from BMW.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't drive manual anymore. A lot of people aren't interested.
So they don't have them available to us.
So we thought we'd give this little tribute as a send-off.
Enjoy.
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memory.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you.
It's been nice knowing you.
All right, what do you want to talk about next?
Back to the review.
You know what I can't believe we haven't mentioned yet?
What?
The exhaust.
Yeah, I was gonna save that for when I drove.
Okay, but let's insert that into the very beginning right now,
Okay.
just so that we could include some sound clips to get everyone excited.
Fair enough.
Spoiler alert, there's only one thing I do not like about this car, but I really do not like it.
Are you gonna tease people and save it for a little bit later? No, we're not those kind of people.
It's the steering.
The steering feel in this is just so
I don't get it.
annoying.
It's like, it's loose, it's not heavy, and like when you're on the highway you feel floaty, or at least I feel floaty.
No, it's definitely floaty. I've never talked about on-center feel, but this is the first car that has the incorrect, annoying on-center feel. And it has none.
And I brought it up to you.
Yeah, Yuri doesn't know anything about handling.
If I noticed it,
It's bad.
something's up.
What happens is you don't know what the steering wheel is doing compared to what the wheels are doing for about an inch. There's like an inch of play in the steering wheel that feels like loose bushings, but I know it's not loose bushings because this is the electronic steering.
Yes.
So it helps when you put it in sport, but it's still not fully fixed.
Is the M2 better at steering than this, probably?
Supposedly, it probably is.
We're gonna find out one day.
Speaking of M2 and this being an M240i,
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I figured it out.
Okay.
This is part of the M Performance family. So Audi has S4, S5, and they have RS4, RS5. BMW has M. This is M Performance. M Performance is equivalent to Audi S4. It's just below a full-blown M car.
Okay, I kind of understand that.
And there's a couple cars that BMW has that are M something something, but not quite M2, M3, M4.
All right.
So the M division just massages a little bit more than like an M performance part on the car.
Okay, and on that note, sport mode, cliche corner.
I'm so excited for this.
This is rear wheel drive, so I'm gonna take it easy.
Yes.
It's got a lot of power, so you can really let the tail loose.
And there's pretty much no lag in this car. It's so fast.
There's no turbo lag down low, and then it's fine.
That's correct.
Okay, like the back is like a little loose, but in the most perfect kind of way.
You don't have the most confidence, I don't find, in this car. I think the BMW 440i was more confident than this car.
Because the X-Drive.
Yes, it really helped, and I think the lengthening of the chassis and all that kind of stuff helped. But this is very good. This is super fun, goon mode, tossable, amazing car.
This or the 440i, I'd go this. But that's
What if the 440i had a manual?
and rear-wheel drive, then I'd go 440i.
Yeah.
Because I think the 4 looks better than the 2, but stick shift trumps everything, and so does rear-wheel drive.
This is way more tossable though. So if you would like to toss it into corners, this
Just
is way more
send
nimble.
it.
Yeah, you can like send it into corners, like super nimble, super tossable. I love this car.
Okay, so if you get this car and you want to toss it and drive it the way it should be, let's talk about the modes, the tractions, and the auto rev matchings. We've got Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus.
Yeah, Sport Plus basically just turns off your traction, but not fully.
Yes, and then there's a traction button. So if you click the traction button while you're in Sport Plus, that gets you to...
The stability sport mode.
Okay, and then if you hold it,
Everything's off. Goon mode.
but you know what else is off?
Rev matching.
The only way you can turn auto rev matching off is by fully turning everything off.
Yes, so in every single mode, this car has rev matching on, which is great, works flawlessly, but if you want to turn it off, you have to turn off every aid in this car. Which makes a lot of sense because this is a very driver's-oriented car. The one thing that bothers me about the modes is that I can't start in sport mode. It always defaults back to comfort.
But I will say that the auto rev matching off feature on the Veloster and on the steering wheel is going to be way better.
Yeah, a button to turn it off would be nice. However, I understand why they did it like this.
Yeah, because they're BMW and they do what they want.
Just like putting the auto start stop next to the start stop button, which makes perfect sense.
It made perfect sense, but it scared me in a stick shift because I'm like, did I just stall it? How can I stall it?
This does have the M Sport suspension, and on rear-wheel drive cars, it's 1 centimeter lower.
You know what I can't believe we haven't mentioned yet?
What?
The exhaust.
Yeah, I was gonna save that for when I drove.
Okay, but let's insert that into the very beginning right now.
Okay.
Just so that we could include some sound clips to get everyone excited.
Fair enough.
And now we're back at the same part saying what we already said.
Okay, so back to the M Sport suspension. It is stiffer than not M Sport suspension, obviously, but it's not too stiff. It's perfect.
Like I said, I like everything about this car except for that one thing.
And it is adaptive suspension, so it changes between comfort and sport. And even in sport mode, I don't find this too stiff. I found the 440i to be a little bit more stiff in sport.
This is the perfect stiffness. This is perfect except for the steering.
This car is 99% perfect.
Except for the steering, and it is a little expensive, but we'll talk about that later.
I don't even think it's that expensive for the base.
Okay, well, I just don't have that kind of money, so to me, a lot of things are expensive.
Neither do I. I just bought a pretty cheap car, but if I had the money for this, I would happily spend it on something like this over a fully loaded Golf R.
If I had money, I'd honestly probably buy a Miata.
Okay.
Like,
But this is like an expensive Miata.
is this as much power as one of those flying Miatas?
Uh,
To weight? No, not even close to weight. Because this has
I
back seats that you
don't
can actually
know.
use.
Well, you can use them. I can't.
I
if
can-
I'm sitting behind myself,
I can sit behind myself.
which is kind of impressive for the size of this
Yeah,
car.
so if you're 5'8.5", you can sit behind yourself. If you're 6'19.2", whatever,
6'1.5".
yeah, you can't sit behind yourself.
No.
And speaking of sitting, would you like to sit in this seat and drive?
Yeah.
Yuri, I know what you're gonna do. Just do it.
I'm just gonna send it. Oh yeah, here we go. Maximum power, 7,000 RPM. Oh, I love this car. It's the perfect amount of power for the size of the car.
It is.
It's not too much, it's not enough. It's like perfect. It's like super fun.
It's perfect.
Ugh.
It is a lot harder to handle all the power with a stick shift instead of like a DSG or something.
Speaking of stick shift, do you guys actually call it stick shift? Because this is the only person I know that says stick shift.
What do you
It's
call it?
manual.
No, it's a stick, bruh.
No, it's manual.
All right, leave a comment below.
Leave
Stick
a comment.
for stick, manual for manual.
Or whatever else you guys call it. I don't know. 6-speed, 5-speed.
Shiftly bimbly.
Yeah, dimbly, shimply. And did you hear that exhaust?
I heard it, but not as much as I heard the 440i exhaust.
Yes, this is definitely not as loud as the 440i, but it sounds really good. It sounds really authentic.
Yeah,
The tone and the amount of crackles is just right.
I would like an active exhaust with a little bit more.
Yeah, this is not active, so it's the same in every single mode, and it's not that loud. So this is very livable for daily driving and on the highway as well.
Yeah,
That exhaust is $1,500.
worth it. Always spend money on the best exhaust you can get.
Yes, because it's always part of your factory warranty. I love exhausts.
Yeah, we know. Remember when I said there's only one thing wrong with this car?
Yes, the steering feel.
I lied. This doesn't rewind satellite radios, but the Mini Cooper does. I mention that every video until it gets fixed. Don't worry about it. And then Apple CarPlay, which I mentioned in the X2 video, only connects through your Bluetooth. So if you get in the car, it just connects automatically. So if I drive and let him drive, then I can't use my phone. I like it when you plug in to connect.
And there's still no Android Auto, so I'm going to continue complaining until it's here.
But one thing you can't complain about anymore is the spinning volume knob in here.
They fixed it. This is the best way to do it. I'm so glad they did it. Perfect.
I don't even know if they fixed it because the X2 came out after this.
That's true. So this is the better way to do it. BMW, this is how you do it. Not make it spin, but that's only going to piss the people off that are very OCD.
Another thing that somewhat grinds my gears, not a big deal, when you go through your presets on the steering wheel, it doesn't actually go through the presets on your main infotainment screen. It just goes through your presets or channels on your gauge cluster.
And the steering wheel controls everything in the infotainment, but you see it here in your gauge cluster.
But what else is weird is the trip computer only works through the main infotainment when you have the side screen on. The gauges and everything, it's what are you gonna do? Not drive a BMW M240i? Like, just live with it.
However, if you put it into sport mode and you look at your sport displays, it's the best.
Which is obviously my favorite part of this car.
Yeah, obviously.
It's actually his favorite part of this car.
Obviously.
Well, I'm gonna look at sport displays when I'm driving. This has no lag. It's perfect.
No lag whatsoever.
But
nothing.
It does hang on how high you hit for a while.
Well, no, that's good because it tells you what boost you're at.
So you stay there. So you can look after you're done boosting. You know what we forgot to do? The cliche corner visor test.
Okay, you do it while I cliche corner.
3, 2, 1.
Nothing?
It doesn't go.
Okay, well, cliche corner handling test. Very good, very composed, very well balanced. This is actually such a good driver's car. It's so much fun. It's just so composed. Man, BMW makes some really good sports cars. Like, really good sports cars.
No heads-up display.
No driver's car. No lane keep assist. Only lane beeping assist because it's passive. Doesn't matter.
Do you like the gauges? They're regular old BMW gauges.
They're crystal clear.
What I don't like is that at night, the needles turn orange. I want them always orange.
I want them always white. The orange is classic BMW, but the white is nice and clean. Nitpicking.
Nitpicking.
Picky, nitty? What did you call that in the other video?
Nitty pitty? Nicky picky? I don't know.
I don't know, you made up a word.
I always make up words. Who cares? I'm on television. I can do what I want.
Television.
This is television.
If you watch this on your television, technically we're on television.
Technically.
Yuri,
Jacob?
does this have wireless charging?
Yep.
Okay.
Jacob,
Yes.
does this fit a small cup of Tim Hortons coffee?
I don't know, you tell me.
I don't have a cup on me, so I don't even know. We'll find out another year, I guess.
This does have cup holders. Just got a small coffee at Tim Hortons on my little road trip. Let's see what happens when we put it in the cup holder. Look at this. This is gonna pop my lid off. This does not pass the small cup test. It's ridiculous. Also, one more thing. You see this USB port? This and this, not a good thing. If this doesn't have anything in it, this is gonna spill and it's just gonna go straight to your USB port. Also, I didn't get any sugar in my coffee and I'm a little upset. You know what we haven't talked about yet because we've been so excited? The looks.
Oh, okay. It looks so cool, and my favorite part is how the front bumper, it comes down and then comes out, so it's not like a flat edge on the bottom.
And the openings for the bumpers for the radiators look amazing too. They're massive.
Yeah.
The rear bumper looks really cool. It's got these nice little grooves in it. The exhaust looks cool. It's not the quad exhaust because it's not the M2, but we do get dual exhaust, which is great.
The color?
It's not my favorite, but I don't mind it.
I like the M240i's more in blue.
I agree.
But now I got a little BMW rant.
Here we go.
All BMWs look the same. They're just like taller, shorter, longer, whatever.
But most manufacturers are doing that now.
I know. I wish they did more like interesting things. Like, remember that BMW with like the flip-up headlights and it was all like sharp and cool?
How about the i8?
Okay, that's i8 and i3. That's
They
what I'm
stand
talking
out.
about. I like that. I want BMW to do more cool stuff, but I get why they don't, because they sell like crazy, and why would you change something that works, right?
That's right.
Life isn't a game, it's a business. You're trying to make money. Speaking of money, we
Patreon.
sell t-shirts.
Yeah, we do sell these.
We have a link.
Check in the description. You people have been asking. StraightPipers.
Yeah.
People.
StraightPipers.
Our
And
people.
And we're using Twitter now more, at StraightPipers.
Yeah, barely.
Or is it StraightPiper? It's one of those two. Look it up.
Yeah. Back to the looks. I love the wheels. They're very nice. They're not quite the M2 nice, but they are nice. The best part though is the brakes, the M Sport brakes. They look great.
I was gonna say the body line.
I'm still talking about the brakes and the wheel.
Okay, continue on.
I love how they look, M Sport in the front and in the back.
But the best part is the body line.
We did say this car was very comfortable to drive.
Yes.
The seats are very comfortable.
Okay.
Adjustable bolstering.
The seating position for driving stick shift is
Manual.
perfect.
It's very, very good. The height, the position, it's very good.
Okay, but you're
Seats are
talking
good.
about lumbar or bolsters?
Everything.
The bolsters can get you so tight.
I can't even. I could barely fit with the bolsters on maximum tightness.
Tight
so-
like a tiger.
But speaking of comfort, my favorite part of this entire car, the M Performance knee pad.
Wait, is that actually a thing?
Yep. Right
Oh.
here, there's a knee pad for my knees. It's perfect. So when you go on the track, you send it around corners, your knee's comfortable.
That is awesome.
I love that.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, because that's my biggest complaint in a lot of cars, because my knee bashes against the side trim and it's always hard plastic. In this car, it is an M Performance knee pad.
Why don't you just tape a sponge to the side of your car?
I could,
Yeah.
but then it's not an M Performance sponge.
Yo, you might be able to get an M Performance sponge.
Maybe. M Performance, hook it up, sponges.
All right, I think that shows that we've run out of things to talk about. Overall, price.
I think the starting price is very good. $51,000 to start. So if you fully option out a Golf R, you're just a little bit lower than that. I think you should get a base model. This over a Golf R,
But
fully loaded.
What's this?
This has about $10,000 in options.
Yeah, but what's the price?
Just over $61,000.
Just say Canadian at the end of the prices. I don't need to say this every time.
No, I want everyone to assume that everything we say is in Canadian. So if you get upset, Americans, this is in Canadian. Everything
Ooh.
we do is in Canadian.
It's a $62,000, eh?
Oh yeah,
So
eh?
it's a boot that
Oh,
much.
right on.
No,
You
they're
want to take a roundabout?
They're gonna know we're in Canadian, eh?
Now, you purists are probably going to complain about one thing. This does not have an LSD. This is an open differential vehicle. So it's not the best for performance. You have to get the M2 if you really want that. But the M2 is even more expensive than this one fully optioned out.
I would highly recommend an M2 because of the steering feel of this M240i.
The steering feel is not the best, but this car is still amazing.
So for our fans who end up buying an M240i in stick shift,
TheStraightPipes,
what driving modes would you suggest they always drive their car in?
Sport Plus,
Sport Plus, DSC,
off.
so fully everything off all the time.
Although the DSC Sport is very, very good.
I think fully off.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Notification bell, Patreon.
Patreon.
We got t-shirts in the description.
Yep, we got everything.
That's about it.
No, that's all. That's all we got.
That's all we got.
That's it.
See you later. No more stick shifts. I will remember you. This is the Memorial Stick Shift outro.
Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memory.
A lot of people asked if like the 440i or the Stinger.
Should we answer that question right now?
I think we should leave them hanging.